Good morning from the Flying Can Ranch in Athens, Texas. I want to talk about something that I think is probably one of the top 10 worst things I ever bought off eBay. I'm not going to really say it was the seller's fault. I've read a lot of forums about these, and maybe somebody can tell me something about it. But let's move on with it. I'm going to put my glasses on for a second. Well, I'll sit them here. I'll just show you what I got first. I bought this for a reason, because I have another one of these. This is a Crosman Nightstalker. Now, Crosman also makes a pistol called a Nightstalker. I don't think I have one, but they use the same mags in them. So we're going to look at it this way and bring it back this way, and we're going to flip it around. You can see the little cocking lever, and that'll explain where's it at? What this little thing does here in a minute. So, in the business end of it, again, I have one of these, another one that seals were shot on it. And I'll explain to you some things I know. I just want to share it with you, so if you ever get in mind to buy one, well, I'm just informing you. So, that would be a Crosman Nightstalker. It runs off a 177 caliber pellet. They say it does 580 feet per second. I hit a metal can with it. It didn't really put a dent. So I think that, well, again, I think there's something going on here. All right, barrel length is about 24.4, and the overall length is 30.5 inches, and the overall weight is 3.27 pounds. So we're going to go over a few details here. This runs off an 88 gram CO2 that screws in the back. This one actually held. So it's in there, it's doing its thing. This will clip back on. They don't really stick real tight. As we come down the line, it's all plastic. It does have a cross bolt safety right up here. And as we go down the line, you have a little flip type peep sight over here that you can kind of see in there. The two different things it goes to, and one's small, one's large. And then if we move down the line, you have a little post type sight there on the front. I do not believe that's adjustable. This one on the back has a little screw. If I remember right, you turn it this way and it moves it to the right. You turn it this way, it moves it to the left. At this stage of the game, it really doesn't matter. And then you've got your little metal barrel for looting out the front, which the barrel has been sliding kind of forward on this one. And then you have a cocking lever. So once you put your CO2 in to get it loaded, you have to shove that forward. It's very difficult. But in this one it is anyway. And then you'll shove that forward like that, and then you should be good to go. Now, this is a common thing. It's on the 1020 or 1077, 1022. You're going to push down on that, push that forward, and then you should be able to retrieve. Oops. Yeah, now I got some of them coming loose in here. Hold on a second. Again, this is not the best. You can get your little 10-shot mag out. Now, I put out about probably 40 shots and only got 5 of these pellets to actually exit the gun. And I hit a metal can at maybe 15 feet. Dink. So much for the 500 some odd feet per second. Now, these mags are a little hard to get back in. And you want the little gear piece forward. And you just kind of, I'm going to aim this downward, but you're going to drop it in there till it it's very difficult. Let me get it up where you can see. I might have a pellet sticking out somewhere. It goes in here, and then you just kind of have to play with it to get it to see. I'm not having any luck here whatsoever. To make sure there's nothing. All right. Give me a second here, because there's a madness to the madness, and I'm not having any luck with it. There it went. So it should be even like that. Then you're going to catch these little lever things and push them back to hold the mag in place. So we'll get this rammed back till that's all the way back into this position. So it has to come forward to get the mag out, backward to get the mag in. Now, I've got another one of these that leaked gas, like I said. I have shot this one a number of times with two different kinds of pellets, some H&Ns and then some just regular Crosman wad cutters. And I will show you that the trigger is very difficult. The mag rolls off the side, and it looks like most of the gas is just coming out of the gun. I don't know if you can see that or not. So I'm going to pull this magazine for a second, defang it if you will, and then I'll show you what it's doing. Maybe somebody knows something about these, I don't. But this is obviously not in very good condition. I probably won't send it back, but I'll let him know that it's definitely a piece of garbage. I'll hang it in my museum, my Hall of Shame or something. Okay, now we have all of the pellets out, like so I can show you what it's doing. And I've done a little research into these on forums. They claim that the engineers of Crosman just jacked them up. Okay, so now I'm locked back in. We've been defanged, no pellets in it. Let me make sure there's nothing in the barrel. Well, that made a hell of a racket. Usually when I shoot this, the magazine is not rotating. It'll rotate one time, and then it pushes away from where it needs to be. So I have to push it back down in there. And then if I squeeze the trigger, you're going to notice the magazine, it doesn't rotate. I have to manually rotate the mag. So, but again, I doubt I'll send it back. Maybe somebody knows something about these that I don't know. I know these have a heck of a following with certain people. They go crazy. They tear them down and rebuild them and do all kinds of stuff, but I'm not going to go all that route with it. I'll probably just have to eat what I paid for it. I may try to return it, I may not. Another thing, as I mentioned before, several times this barrel slid out about 1/4 of an inch, and I had to tuck it back in. But it sounds like it's got, listen to that puppy. It's got good power. You can see the gas coming out of it though. I don't know if you can see it from here. See how that pops right out the top? So, but I never could get it to work right. And I've read some forums on these, and again, it was just a bad engineering thing. It's a fascinating looking gun. It really is. Kind of futuristic looking, and it's got some good little, some finger grooves around here that are pretty neat. They said, you can buy a thing from Umarex. It's like a conversion tank. You can put 2 CO2s in it, bolt that down in there, and then crank this valve in the back, and it'll kind of do the same thing. But it's comfortable. Peep sight, I'm not really sold on that. I had the cans that I did hit, it hit really, really low. I mean, I had to aim like 1.5 inches below the can. There's no way to adjust the elevation, but you know, it's got a good hold. It's not, I've seen guys take them and cut these off and put red dots on them and scopes on them, and I've seen them put like silencers on the end of them, but I'm not going to do all that. I just want to share it with you that my opinion, if you're a collector or you're getting into collecting air guns, think real hard about getting one of these, because I think they're nothing but trouble. You know, I found another one on eBay. He wanted a lot more for it than I gave for his. He wanted like 150. Untested. Oh, I don't have a way to test it. You be careful of that if you're buying something from eBay. When they say, well, I don't have any pellets to test it, or I don't have any CO2, that pretty much tells you it doesn't work. So if you get something on eBay that, you know, because this cat said, oh, I fired it a couple times. Yeah, I did too. And I can only get, either with an H&Ns or these flats, I can only get 5 pellets coming out in this barrel. That's it. So one mag, you know, maybe 5 pellets. And I'm sitting there eating up this 12 gram sitting in there. They cost about 12 something a pop. Yeah, this one came with a 12 gram. That's what's in it right now. But but again, if you're a collector of air guns, unless you really know how to tear stuff down and rebuild them and all that garbage, I've done a few, but I'm not real big on it. I would not advise you to purchase one of these. They were very design flawed. I think they had a good idea, and from what I've read, the engineers of Crosman, yeah, my hair is getting a lot longer, got a hold of it and they just jerry-jacked the whole thing. So that's all I can say about it. There won't be a shooter review, that's for dang sure, because it would just be a waste of my time and yours. And I just want to get that out there and share it with you. My dang mower ate a belt again, piece of junk. My brother's supposed to come get it today and figure out what's wrong with it. I want to thank my neighbor next door who loaned me his bad boy zero turn. And I'm not joking, there's a Harley sitting right here behind me, and I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it and buy one of those zero turns. I kid you not. That was the bomb. I liked it a lot. So I want to thank Dan for that, for my neighbor Dan for loaning me that. It was muggy, it was hot, but between her and I, we were able to knock off most of this property. So, you know, but because I got like 1.25 acres out here, and so it's a lot of mowing. So we're going to figure something out, but that's not related to air guns, but neither here nor there. Again, if you come across one of these, unless you know how to rebuild or take them apart or really know the ins and outs of them, because I'm sure the internals of this thing isn't much different than the 1022. They made another one that I've got that is like the 1022, but they call it something else. I can't think of it right now. Hell, I'm starting to wonder if you just take the shell off and drop the 1022 receiver in here, it'd probably do the same thing. When I first got this, when I pulled this trigger, it would lock in the back, and I'd have to flick forward with my finger. But I only hit the can maybe 3 times, and it just made a little dent in it. So there's definitely something going on with this thing. But I've watched a couple of YouTube videos where some people are crazy about them. I've watched a couple where they just tell you it's garbage. So I just want to put that out to you. So I've got to move on to some other things. I've got a variety of things backed up, and I've got another one coming in, I believe, sometime today, but that I want to review. It's just been very, very hot. My phone goes out on me if it's too hot, and I've just been doing a lot of different stuff. And when I made my video on how to drill out that Ausun air rifle so that the scope wouldn't move, one guy said, well, why don't you just do a one-piece mount? Well, I did try a one-piece mount, but it was moving too. The scope does not move, by the way. So I got the scope to lock down, and I'm hitting things pretty good with it. But I was sitting on a bucket when I was doing that. When I reached down to get the drill bit, the bucket flipped on me, and I did a topsy-turvy in the driveway and bashed my knee up a little bit. So that was hurting like crazy for a while. I'm getting that under control. So anyway, this is the wacky world of air guns as we know it. So that's all I can tell you about this particular gun. I've got to get ready to get some stuff done up there in the house and get that out of the way. But I wanted to share that with you, and you make your decisions. If you know something about this that I don't know, fine. But other than that, that's what we do at the Flying Can Ranch. We will catch you later.